From Hollywood, it's time now for Edmund O'Brien as...
Johnny Dollar.
Mickey McQueen, Johnny. How are you?
Mickey? I tried to phone you a couple of times, but I never reached you.
Well, I'm out a lot these days.
Well, I heard about your promotion to sergeant, Mickey. Nice going.
That isn't good. They're taking my beat away from me and putting me behind the desk. I've got to talk to a friend about it. Will you be home tonight?
Well, you really sound worried, Mickey. What is it?
Nothing yet, Johnny, but there'll be murder before it's finished. My mind's made up. I want to talk to you about it.
Sure, Mickey. I'll be here any time you want to come up.
Edmund O'Brien in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, to whom it may concern, Hartford Police Headquarters, Hartford, Connecticut. I don't expect you to honor this statement, but since the reports to my regular employers go in on these forms, the following is an accounting of my expenditures during my personal investigation of the Mickey McQueen matter. You may wonder how I got mixed up in it. Well, it's been my privilege to have worked a number of cases with Mickey McQueen here in Hartford, and through the years, a friendship developed between us. So when he phoned Tuesday night to say he wanted to talk to me, I was glad to ask him up. But when it got to be 1:30 in the morning and he still hadn't arrived, I wasn't so glad. He arrived at 2.
I'm sorry I'm late, Johnny.
Yeah, what held you up? I was about to drop off.
I had to think, Johnny.
You're in uniform, Mickey. What about your beat?
Yeah, my beat won't miss me. After 20 years of walking it from dark till dawn, checking its doors and passing the time of night with its people drunk and sober.
Is it too late for a drink, Mickey? I got your brand, some Irish.
Yes, that was good of you. I've been a good policeman, Johnny. I can say that without sounding like I'm stuck on myself, can't I now?
Oh, I've never heard anybody else say anything else, Mickey.
And I've got more friends to my credit than I have arrests. I'll say that. But I've got a quiet beat.
I think there are quieter beats in town. Maybe you're lucky. Here's to it.
All right. But be careful what it is. There's murder being done and planned right this minute, Johnny, and them that could stop it don't have the heart, right or wrong.
What are you talking about?
I know what I'm talking about.
Are you feeling all right?
Feeling all right? I'm as healthy as I was yesterday, ain't I now?
I didn't see you yesterday.
Yet they're taking my job, putting me behind a desk. A degrading end for a man that's been active for 20 years.
After 20 years on your feet, you should take a rest. You've earned one.
The very words of the commission, Johnny. But, Johnny,
Yeah, Mickey?
Never mind. The devil take them all. I've used up enough of your time.
Now, wait a minute. You came over to talk about something more than your new job. What's this stuff about murder being planned and being done?
I shouldn't have said it. I wish you'd forget it.
What's the matter with you? You know me well enough to tell me. You know me well enough to know I'll keep any confidence you want me to keep.
You're a good friend, Johnny. Maybe that's why I've changed my mind about telling you.
Then why did you come over?
Because I thought I was going to talk to you, but I'm not now.
All right, it's your business. But you're acting like a kid. Now, if you don't have anything to say to me, it's after 2. I have a job in the morning.
All right, Johnny. I'm sorry I bothered you. I'll say good night.
I didn't sleep very well for the rest of the night. In sort of a half doze, parts of Mickey's conversation kept coming back to me. And the more sleep I lost over it, the more I wished I had been less grumpy and more sympathetic. There wasn't a job for me the next day, and right after noon I decided to drop by his apartment and find out his mood when he was off duty. Mickey's apartment occupied the ground floor of a narrow gray row house not far from mine. I could hear a woman crying somewhere inside. I smelled domestic trouble, but I pushed the buzzer anyway.
Are you the...
I'm Johnny Dollar, a friend of Mr. McQueen's.
Oh, yeah, Johnny Dollar. He said to phone you if I ever needed...
Is he home?
In there.
She pointed in the direction of a door smaller than the outside door, the door to either a bathroom or a closet. It was a closet. The clothes were bunched at one end of the rod, and from the other, still in uniform, his own polished leather belt drawn tightly around his neck, hung Mickey McQueen. I walked back into the lace-curtained living room. The woman who had let me in was in her middle 30s. She wore too much makeup, and her white blonde hair was anything but natural. She had stopped crying, and she acted as if she were waiting for me to start something.
Well, what about it? Do you explain yourself, or do I get 3 guesses? Never mind that look. I only live here.
Oh? I didn't know Mickey had a wife.
Oh, maybe he was ashamed of me. My name is Thelma.
Sorry, Thelma.
You're an old friend of Mickey's?
Yeah, but he never told me about you.
Had you seen him lately?
Yeah, last night. First he phoned me, then he came by to talk to me.
What did he say?
I'm not sure. He was pretty handy with double talk. Maybe I was supposed to understand it, but I didn't.
What was it about?
About his job, change he was making, and something about murders being planned and done, and nobody doing anything to stop them.
Then he didn't tell you
What?
that I was leaving him.
He's never mentioned you. Why were you leaving him?
Well, because it was all wrong. I never should have married him in the first place.
Why did you?
Because he was the kindest, most wonderful man that ever lived. Does that answer your question?
Not quite. Is there more?
Did you know his first wife?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess you know he took her death pretty hard. He'd been married 10 years. I met him after she died. He was lonely, and so was I. Well, he was pretty wonderful to me. I thought I could help him. It wasn't because of him I was leaving. It was me. But I never thought he'd do this.
I don't think he did.
What do you mean?
I think he was murdered.
Why?
When did you find him?
Oh, I came home about a half hour before you got here.
Have you phoned the police?
Not yet. I didn't know what to do.
Where had you been?
I told you I was leaving him. I've been living in a hotel. Does it matter?
Well, why'd you come back?
Oh, just to get some things I'd left. Why are you asking me these things?
When it's murder, there's bound to be a lot of questions.
I don't think it was. Everybody loved him. He didn't have an enemy in the world. Why would anybody want to kill a man like Mickey McQueen?
For the rest of the day, I tried to talk myself into leaving the matter in the hands of the police where it belonged, but I couldn't do it. That night, I started making the rounds of Mickey's beat. I talked to a corner magazine vendor who had sold him a mystery, a woman in a cigar store who had talked with him, and a cabbie who had borrowed $5 from him. None of them gave me anything helpful. My next stop was the Cedric Hotel, where I looked up the house detective, Ned Martin.
Oh, poor old Mickey. I'll miss him.
So will I. Did you see him last night?
Yeah, he dropped in. He always did, once or twice a night, just to shoot the breeze, you know. Why'd he do it? Did he leave a note or anything?
I think he was murdered.
What makes you say that?
Came over to see me about 2:30 this morning. There was something on his mind. He wanted to talk about it, but he wouldn't.
Yeah, that figures.
What do you mean?
Well, I noticed something about him last night. He was real low. I asked him what was the matter. He said it was because it was his last night on his beat. He was supposed to check into his new job today. But that didn't sound right to me.
Did you know he had a wife?
Yeah, I heard about it. Then I hounded him till he showed me a picture of her.
Bleached blonde?
Yeah, she looks it. I didn't want to embarrass him by asking, but I wondered about her. What makes you think it was murder, Dollar?
Now, do you think Mickey was the type to kill himself?
Well, no, but how can you tell?
I guess you can't. All you can do is try to find out. Well, if you don't have anything more, I'll be on my way.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
I guess it was a dirty trick, and I wish I hadn't done it, but I snooped that marriage. I found out who she was. Her name was Thelma Weaver. She did a couple of years at Joliet.
Where'd you get that?
Things like that don't stay hidden. I'd drop it if I were you. I really would.
What are you holding out on me?
It's for your own good, Johnny.
I'll shake it out of you if I have to.
Okay, hero. You know Fred Cool, The Calcutta Club over in Bartlett.
I know of him. He's a police informer, isn't he?
They're part-time.
Uh-huh.
If you won't take my advice and forget it, go talk to him. And don't tell him who sent you.
What do you want?
I want to talk to you about Mickey McQueen. Do you have an office?
You a cop, too?
Only a private one. I was a friend of Mickey's.
Oh, sure. Roy. Yes? I'm in my office for a little while. If there's any trouble, buzz me.
Roger, Fred.
Come on, this way.
Got quite a crowd tonight, Fred.
Sure, sometimes I get a lot of out-of-town trade.
Did you see Mickey last night?
No, I didn't. I get along fine with Mickey. He won't take any payoff, but he don't push me around. How is he?
Do you know his wife?
His wife. I didn't even know he was married.
Her name was Thelma Weaver before Mickey married her. She did some time in Joliet.
Why do you bother me with this? I got work to do.
You knew Mickey was dead.
No, I didn't know that.
I don't see how it would be enough, but it struck me that if somebody knew he was married to an ex-con, they might try to use the information.
I suppose you're right. Yeah?
Roy, Fred, I think you'd better come out.
Important?
Yes, I think so.
Be right out. Pardon me, Dollar. Little trouble outside. Wait here. I'll come right back.
I waited, and while I did, I took a quick look around the office for another way out in case I might need it. There wasn't any unless the steel door in one of the walls was it. But before I could try it, the other door opened. I wasn't expecting Fred Koo to return so quickly, and neither was I expecting who did come in.
I didn't expect to find you here, Mr. Dollar.
Likewise, Mrs. McQueen.
I was looking for Mr. Koo.
What for?
Well, I thought I might help if I could. Mickey kept this notebook, you see, where he wrote down all the places he stopped when he made his rounds. This place was one of them. I thought if I could talk to this Mr. Koo.
Did you know Fred Koo?
Oh, I know.
You know anybody named Weaver, Thelma Weaver?
All right, mister. That's enough. Reach.
Don't be crazy. What good would that do?
Stay where you are. Don't try anything. I really mean it.
She looked like she really meant it. It was a small revolver, Colt 25. I didn't know whether she had come in meaning to use it on Fred Koo or me, but it didn't make much difference at the moment. She had it pointed at my midsection. I couldn't figure her. She held her little revolver as if she was used to the feel of it. But there had been something actressy about the way she said reach. I couldn't figure her, but I decided not to take a chance. I grabbed up the inkwell from the desk and threw not it, but the contents at her.
Hey, what's it?
Okay, drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Now sit down.
All right. What do you want?
That depends on what you want.
I told you. I want to find out who killed Mickey.
At the apartment earlier today, you didn't think anybody had. What about it?
All right, Johnny. How much do you know?
That your name was Thelma Weaver, that you spent 2 years in Joliet.
That's right, that's right. And after 2 years in that place, I didn't want to go back to the life and start all over again. I gave the bunch in Chicago the slip and came here. I was hanging around trying to pick up enough to pay my way to Florida or someplace, and that's how I met Mickey. He arrested me. Vagrancy. What a laugh. He showed in court the next morning and got me released in his custody. Oh, he treated me like a daughter. He loaned me some money, offered to get me a job, and I really felt for the first time like I could start life all over again. Oh, I know it sounds corny, but...
But good. You make it sound real good.
You don't believe me, do you?
Sure. I believe you as far as you've gone. I even believe the part about starting a new life. You saw that Mickey had a heart as big as the city, and you didn't lose any time moving into it. That was smart. It was about the safest hiding place you could have found. For you, but not for Mickey.
How did I know about Fred Koo? Somebody spotted me and told him. And he didn't waste any time getting in touch with Chicago.
Those men out there, they all from Chicago?
Well, most of them. Did you spot the tall one? He talks with an English accent.
Yeah, I remember him. Roy?
That's him. He came first. He checked the possibilities on Mickey's beat, and then he found out about Mickey being moved over to a new job.
Where was he being moved?
Some desk job.
Where?
At the police arsenal.
The arsenal. How did Roy find that out?
I told him. I had to. He made me tell him.
What are Roy's plans, do you know?
Yeah, the Marquardt building. The one that has all the wholesale jewelers.
No, that's no good. Mickey was supposed to help them with a job of that size, or they'd reveal that he was married to an ex-con. That's not enough. They must have more than that on you or him.
Oh, I might as well tell you. Can't hurt me now any more than I've been hurt. His name is Roy Weaver. I'm married to him. He threatened to bring bigamy charges unless Mickey helped him.
That would do it. With your record, bigamy would be a long stretch.
Yeah, 5 years. Mickey would do almost anything rather than cause me that.
Who killed him?
Roy did. I wasn't there. I swear I wasn't. But they met him after he got through work at 5:30 this morning.
Why did they kill him?
Mickey was all ready for his new job, and he had the keys to the arsenal.
Here's your gun. If you're on the level, you may need it, and the caliber's too small to do me any good.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to the police.
Why not use the phone?
It'll be tapped, and it would take too long to explain it. That bunch would be in here before I got started.
I wouldn't try it if I were you.
Where are you going, Dollar?
I'm going home. I was waiting for Fred Q, but I guess he decided not to bother.
Fred had to leave. Did Mrs. Weaver entertain you with her sordid story?
Yeah, it was very pleasant.
She's a charming girl. You were going home to think about it.
Well, if you don't mind, get out of my way.
Carl, Benson. I'm afraid I do mind. I couldn't chance having Fred interrupted at the arsenal.
Get out of my way! Hey, where you going? Come on! That's enough!
Ah, that's fine, Carl. Now, shall we go back to the office and wait? Bring him along, Carl. It's a pity you became involved in this, Dollar. I'd hoped there wouldn't have to be any more violence.
You did stop him.
Yes. Thanks for the buzz, darling.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Look what the skunk did to my dress. Did Fred get started all right?
He's well on his way. Should be back within the hour.
Hey, Mr. Weaver, what do we do with this guy?
Oh, keep him out of the way. Put him in there. And see that he stays quiet.
Sure. Hey, you. Turn around.
At least I found out what was behind the steel door I'd noticed earlier in the evening. When my eyes opened, and I got accustomed to the light from a single dust-covered bulb, I realized that I was in a sort of wine cellar. There were some bottles, but most of the storage space was taken up by a large and varied assortment of birdless tools. There were a few weapons, too, but I knew they were nothing compared to what Fred would bring back if the raid on the arsenal was successful. I glanced at my watch at 11:15, and right after that, I heard the heavy latch on the door being turned. I got back into my position on the floor, closed my eyes, and listened.
Don't forget the bars, Carl. We'll need them for the inside doors.
I got you. Hey, Benson, you take these. I'll bring the rest. You want the guns in there, Mr. Weaver?
We won't need them. Crocker.
Yeah?
Listen closely now. We're behind schedule. Both cars are in back. In the Buick, you'll find the things from the arsenal.
Yeah.
I want you to move half of them over into the Cadillac.
What about the grenades, Roy?
They're in a case marked CN-DM, irritant gas M6.
I got it.
Open the case and put half in the Buick. The most important is the cordite powder for the vaults. There are 2 boxes. Put one in the trunk of each car.
Right.
Be careful. It's very touchy stuff.
Yeah, I know. I've handled it before.
All right, get along then, and hurry.
It won't take long.
Now, Fred will be in charge of one car. I'll be in the other.
It's all right.
We're agreed that we'll meet at the north entrance at midnight, both to approach the building from the east on Lincoln. You will have dropped 2 men to guard the south entrance. 2 of my men will subdue the guard at the north.
Yeah, they better. They'll spring the alarm in a big hurry.
You can trust me. They'll use Thompson's. Thelma,
Yes, Roy?
where are you going?
Oh, don't be so snoopy. I'm going to powder my nose.
You're coming with us.
Sure, Roy, if you want me to.
I don't need you, but I don't think I should feel safe without you with me. Don't be long.
I'll be right back.
Think everything is ready from in here, Mr. Weaver.
Good. Go to the cars then, Carl.
What about the Seamus there?
Oh, lock him up again. We'll decide what to do when we come back.
I guess he can't cause no harm in there.
I tried to force the door that time using one of the bars they had left behind, but I couldn't do anything with it. Then I started poking the cement walls. I knew better than to expect to find any other exit, but with the biggest burglary in the history of Hartford underway, I had to do something. I kept a check on the time, and it was 20 minutes before they were due to arrive at the Marquardt building when a sound stopped me. The steel door was being opened. I moved behind it, still holding my bar.
Dollar, it's Ned Martin. You in here?
Yeah, Martin. I'm here. How did you know I was here?
Some dame phoned the hotel. She told me you were here.
Why should she call you?
How should I know? I don't even know who it was. She just said she knew you came to the hotel and that you were locked up in here. I mentioned the Calcutta to you, so I came over to see what it was all about. Now, what's the matter? Don't you believe me?
I don't know what to believe. You said you were holding something out on me when I talked to you.
I was. I knew Fred Koo was selling the information about Mickey's wife to some guns from Chicago. I knew it could have led to trouble.
Why didn't you tell me? You said it was for my own good.
I thought it was, and mine too. I didn't want you to know so much you'd have to tell where you learned it, to prove how smart you were. I don't like this kind of stuff.
You got a car?
Yeah, but it stays right where it's parked till you tell me what's going on.
This Chicago bunch raided the police arsenal. They're armed with everything from cordite to Tommy guns. They're going into the Marquardt building in less than 20 minutes.
What's that?
Wholesale jewelers. Would you take me out there?
I'll take you part way if you're crazy enough to want to go.
That's good enough. Let's get into the office. It's dead.
Who'd you want, police?
Yeah.
We could stop on the way.
It'll take us 15 minutes to get to the Marquardt building. If we run into a patrol car on the way, we'll stop it. If we don't, you can drop me and then phone in. Where's your car? At the speed we traveled, we should have at least picked up a traffic cop, but we didn't. Martin wouldn't take me any closer than the corner of Atlantic and Milton. And we reached there at 12 minutes after 12. That gave me 2 minutes to get to the Marquardt building. I didn't make it before they arrived, but it didn't make any difference. Both cars had pulled up and were unloading men. From a doorway about 50 yards down, I spotted Fred Koo and Roy Weaver. Then I saw Thelma. She got out of the Buick and started toward me.
Thelma, where are you going?
Weaver shouted at her, but she didn't answer. Instead, she stopped, and I saw the little gun glitter in her hand as she turned back to them. Then I saw what she was aiming at. The trunk of the Buick, where the cordite powder was.
Thelma! Thelma! Stop it!
The car went up in a blast of powder and gasoline, and she moved back toward the other one. That was it. Thelma Weaver McQueen, as the department knows, was DOA at Emergency Hospital. None of the mob got out alive except Roy Weaver, who lived long enough to sign a confession to Mickey McQueen's murder. I want you to know that I may have lost a good friend, but you have lost a better policeman. I hope to see those early news accounts that called him a suicide corrected. Expense account total, no dollars and no cents. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, stars Edmund O'Brien in the title role and is written by Gil Dodd with music by Wilbur Hatch. Edmund O'Brien's latest picture is the Paramount Pictures production, The Redhead and the Cowboy. Featured in tonight's cast were Bill Conrad, Martha Wentworth, Herb Butterfield, Jack Moyles, and Ray Hartman. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, was transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. This is Dick Cutting inviting you to join us next week at this time when Edmund O'Brien returns as
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
There'll be fast-moving, true police adventure on CBS tonight when Gangbusters comes your way again on most of these same stations. This evening, Gangbusters presents The Case of the Stranger in the Hall. Stay tuned now for 5 minutes of the latest news. This is CBS, where you laugh at Jack Benny every Sunday night, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Your number is ringing, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, thanks.
Hello?
This is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, I thought you went back to Hartford.
I meant to, but I got tied up in Mrs. Wendover's business affairs again.
What now?
Can you come over to my hotel right away?
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
I know it.
Well, can't you grab a cab and come over here?
Hardly.
Why not?
A couple of Sam Costigan's boys followed me here. I think they might like to do a little target practice on me.
Oh.
Tonight, and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, 518 Spear Boulevard, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Tears of Night matter. Expenses continued. Items 10 and 11. $10, scotch and soda, plus a pitcher of ice and glasses. I had them filled, chilled, and waiting when Hilary Fuchs knocked on the door of my room. His eyes were still puffy with sleep, and he had a trench coat thrown over his pajamas.
What's this all about, Johnny? You said Mrs. Wendover, somebody followed you. What?
I want you to tell me what you can about the Tears of Night.
The Tears of what?
Tears of Night, a piece of jewelry owned by Mrs. Wendover, a necklace, 4 diamonds on black onyx, silver chain.
What the devil would I know about something like that?
In her accounts, her bills, her property? You're her business manager. You must know something about it.
I never heard of it. You better straighten me out.
Try some of that.
This is all too fast for me.
Okay, I'll bring you up to date. I came here day before yesterday to investigate Mrs. Wendover's claim as beneficiary of the death of her husband. She forgot to file it for 2 years. Now, you explained why. I bought that. It's a legitimate claim. But I didn't buy her story about being cursed, or I didn't buy your idea that she was on the verge of blowing her top. No, I'm not so sure.
I'm just along for the ride.
Well, you left me in your office last night. A little while after you left, a man named Frank Scanlon came in and stuck a gun at me and said Sam Costigan wanted to see me.
Costigan, the gambler?
The same. Scanlon thought I was you. He took me over to Costigan's place.
What's this got to do with insurance?
Nothing. But it has something to do with Mrs. Wendover. Costigan had a necklace, the Tears of Night there. He said Mrs. Wendover left it as a pawn a week or so ago.
Oh?
He told me Mrs. Wendover called up and threatened to come out with policemen unless Costigan returned it. And as long as I was there, Costigan asked me to take it to her. I went over to her place, and what do you know? She was wearing the Tears of Night.
I don't get this.
Well, have another drink. Neither do I. By the time I got there to her apartment, Mrs. Wendover hardly remembered my name or that we'd met in your office. She was waiting for her boyfriend to show up. Incidentally, his name's Teddy Davis. Is he after her money or what?
Search me. I never met him.
Well, I skipped out of there and looked up the jeweler who'd made the necklace, a man named Hannibal Mortuus.
I heard of him. He speaks Latin or something.
That's the one. He told me the necklace I had was the real thing. Now, I want you to tell me who made up the one Mrs. Wendover was wearing.
I don't know anything about it.
Well, it had to be made up sometime within the last week, and you've been handling her business affairs.
I don't know a thing about it, Johnny.
All right, come here. Take a look. Do you know anything about those 2 birds outside there?
No.
Well, one of them's a character named Feely. He works for Costigan. The other one I saw at Costigan's club. They tailed me from Mortuus's place. Probably been on me all night long since I picked up the necklace.
Where is it now?
I mailed it to myself from Mortuus's hotel.
Those 2 out there, you better call the police if you think they're after you.
Oh, nothing I could tell the police that would hold them up half a second. Mainly, I wanted to ask you about all this before I went on with it.
What do you mean, go on with it?
Go back to Mrs. Wendover, to Costigan, find out what's real and what isn't real?
This isn't your line of duty. Why?
Oh, I've been thinking about that. I don't know why. Maybe it's Mrs. Wendover. Those eyes of hers and that talk about the curse. I got a feeling she needs help in this matter. Somehow she needs help.
What can I do, Johnny?
Go to bed. I'll let you know what happens. Now, where's your car?
In the parking lot back of the hotel.
Give me the keys. I'll use that.
Hey.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Fuchs. Go to bed here. Oh.
Yeah?
Every now and then, walk over and look out that window and have a drink. They'll think it's me, and that's a good thought for them to have.
Okay, what else?
Well, if they start for the lobby, call downstairs and have them send up the houseman and get the police. I don't think they will, but remember that.
Well, why would they want...
still think I've got that piece of jewelry on me. We shook up another drink, and I borrowed Fuchs's trench coat and left. I found his green Chevy without too much trouble, since there weren't too many cars out in the lot that time of morning. I looked at my watch, and it said 2:35. I drove around front past the two hoodlums, still keeping up their silent vigil, and found a street that looked familiar. 20 minutes later, I was in the parking lot beside Elise Wendover's apartment building. It was still dark, still foggy, and too late I found out too crowded. Somehow, the pair of hoodlums were waiting for me after all.
Hey, this is him, Feely. Got a match, Dollar?
Toby asked you if you got a match. He's a dummy, Toby. Don't answer.
Got a match, Dollar?
What'd I tell you? He's a dummy boy.
You don't look like no dummy boy.
You're nearsighted.
Take your hands off.
He's a dummy, all right, ain't you, Dollar? See, Toby? I told him about you being nearsighted, and he wouldn't answer.
He don't talk.
Go on, smart boy. Tell Toby how sorry you are about him being nearsighted. Talk. I heard you talk before. Told you he was a dummy.
Hey, tell me something, dummy. All insurance guys like you?
Toby asked you a question. He wants to know if all insurance guys are like you.
I don't like him.
We asked questions, and he ain't told us nothing.
Hey, maybe we find out something we went through his pockets, huh?
Yeah. Even a dummy's got pockets. Ain't that right, dummy? Hold him, Toby.
Yeah. All right, boys, you played the scene good, and I'll see what I can do for you, but I haven't got the necklace.
Hey, he talks.
Yeah, you make him talk again, Toby. Now, don't make him talk too much. We know if the stuff ain't on him, it's in his room. We can pick it up anytime. That's it. Easy, Toby, easy.
Oh, he talks real nice, Feely, but he don't say much. Hey, you think maybe he's tough?
Could be.
No, I wasn't. And I didn't feel like talking in that quiet little parking lot where the only noise was them pounding on me. I told them I didn't have the necklace anymore, but they didn't care about that. They wanted to find out the hard way for me. I remember trying to wake up a couple of times. I dreamed I was driving along in a big Cadillac. Frank Scanlon was on one side of me, Sam Costigan on the other. Hannibal Mortuus was in the front seat. He had his jeweler's glass out, looking at the tiers of night. I tried to see who was behind the steering wheel, and I gave that up because the steering wheel was a roulette wheel. Then we had a blowout, and the whole car vanished with everybody screaming, "Demortuous, Demortuous." Somewhere around 6 in the morning, I began to get a feeling, several feelings, and all of them hurt. It just turned dawn, and I rolled over on my side to watch a man who hadn't seen me step into his car with a fresh shave and a fishing pole, pull out of the lot and disappear. Somewhere, vaguely, I heard the sounds of early morning traffic. A streetcar clanged somewhere. Nothing much happened for a while. Then it came to me it might be a good idea to get on my feet and find a telephone and get hold of a doctor and see how long I had to live. Somehow I managed by holding onto a fence and stumbling against cars to make the front entrance to Elise Wendover's house. I made the elevator, self-serviced my way up to the 9th floor, and staggered toward 913. I would have been better off in the parking lot. Elise Wendover was there, sitting in a large chair by the window. She still wore the black strapless dress and ermine piece she'd had on the night before. The drapes were drawn, the door was slightly open. Light from the hall seeped in. She had a telephone on her lap. The receiver was off, held idly in one hand. She looked at me. But she was looking at nothing.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, Mr. Dollar, it's you. You've been in an accident. You're hurt.
I don't think you'll need this.
Oh. Well then, Mr. Dollar. Well then. I suppose you've met some people tonight who know a great deal about me.
A gambler? A jeweler?
Did they tell you about Teddy Davis? He's really a dear, Mr. Dollar. Quite the nicest boy I've met since Noah died on the boat. Noah and I had so many things together, Mr. Dollar. I do think he enjoyed being alive with me. I mean, I cried when Noah died. I really did. I cried like a little baby. Of course, I cried when I heard my brother was killed in Korea and when Daddy died in his office with a heart attack. I shouldn't really cry anymore. I mean, after all, I am cursed. I told you that.
Yes, I told you I didn't believe it. There's no such thing.
But there is, you'll see.
Mrs. Wendover.
No, I have Teddy. He's really a dear. I do think he will be a very prominent artist someday. He paints. You know? Teddy asked me to marry him tonight.
That's nice. You marry him.
And Teddy isn't interested in my money. Could you believe that? What is my... I can't seem to get my tongue adjusted to my mouth. Did that ever happen to you, Mr. Dollar?
Yes, sometimes.
Perhaps I should see a correctionist. I'm glad you came by again, Mr. Dollar. I told you once that sometimes it means an awfully lot to speak to someone. Mr. Costigan. Mr.
What? What about Mr. Costigan?
Later. I know it must be strange to you, but some people live for nothing but money, and some people die for it.
Stop it! Now tell me what's happened. Tell me what's happened so I can help you.
They do look so funny. They're so very funny. I've seen them count money so often and so much money, and I really believe that is honestly all they live for, only.
She pointed across the darkened room. Her black eyes glistened with no semblance of reason left in them. It took me 5 seconds to find the light switch. Stretched out on the floor of her apartment, they look funny, all right. Feely and Toby. Both of them as dead as you can get.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's final intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, the tears of night come home. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Johnny Dollar. Hi, Johnny. This is Lou Little over here at State Unity Life.
Lou, there must be some mistake. Goodbye.
What? Oh, wait a minute, will you?
Well,
Don't hang up on me. What do you mean, some mistake?
2 solid years I had to wait for an assignment from you.
Well, I know.
Now
but
suddenly 2 calls within 2 weeks? I don't know if I can stand the shock. Come clean. What's the problem?
Problem? My only problem, Johnny, is getting rid of exactly $1,000.
Well, how nice. And I suppose you just want to hand it over to me.
What else?
You're kidding.
Am I?
You got to be.
Why did you come over here and see?
Sure, why not? Just be ready to pay my cab fare.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Okay.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
If you ever suffer a touch of arthritis or rheumatism, and you've never tried mentholatum deep heating rub, you can't know how good its deep heating action can make you feel. As you massage it into painful areas, you feel its deep heating action. You know relief is on its way. Mentholatum deep heating rub is an extra strong combination of active ingredients for safe, temporary relief of minor arthritic rheumatic pain. Use greaseless, stainless mentholatum deep heating rub often.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to State Unity Life Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Well of Trouble matter. So maybe Lou Little was just leading me on. Had some real nasty case bothering him, but if it meant $1,000 in my kick, and after the one I handled a week ago for him for free, well, to repeat myself, why not? Expense account item 1, $1.20 for a cab to his office.
Not kidding you one bit, Johnny. Here you are, baby. A perfectly good check for 1,000 class.
Well, a Merry Christmas to you, too. But what's it for, Lou?
Why don't you take a look at the signature on it?
G. Stanley Porter.
That's right.
Last week's little fracas.
After what you did for him, and considering you wouldn't even take expenses for it, well, he insisted that you have this.
Well, I thought I made it plain, Lou. That...
He insisted.
All right. I'm certainly not going to turn down $1,000.
He wouldn't have it otherwise.
Tell him thanks for me, will you?
Be glad to.
Hey, what goes around here?
Huh?
You planning a trip to the gambling halls of Las Vegas or just leaving the country in a hurry?
What do you mean?
Big stack of dough on your desk.
Oh, that.
Yeah, what goes, Lou? You must have around 5,000 here, all in small bills.
Well, pick up the change line, then. You'll find that's exactly $2,388.24. I was just about to mail out a receipt for it.
Receipt?
Yeah. Just received it in the mail from an old crackpot by the name of Jeremy R. Withers.
What's it for?
His insurance premium. What else?
In cash?
In cash, like always. He simply stuffs it into a plain brown envelope and mails it in.
Without even insuring it? He must be a crackpot.
Johnny, I've written him half a dozen times, pointing out the risk in sending this much cash in the regular mail. I've even offered to send somebody out to his place to collect it from him. But he'll have none of it.
Crazy. Stubborn as that wild old Western character, Durango Laramie Dalhart, huh?
Durango what?
That's right. You know, believe it or not, he lived in a town called Bum Spung, Oklahoma.
Oh, now you're kidding.
No, I'm not really, Lou. Old Indian name. Bum Spung means bad spring. Yes, Bum Spung. Bad water. But at least Durango had sense enough to bring in the cash in person. Nearly 4,000 at a crack once a year. I thought maybe you might have heard my report on the case a couple of years ago.
I must have missed it. But at least old Jeremy Withers has company in his eccentricity.
Look, if you could meet some of the wacky policyholders I've had to deal with, you'd think nothing at all of Withers.
Maybe not. What are you chuckling about?
Old Durango. Boy, he gave us quite a scare that one time.
How do you mean?
Well, he brought in a stack like this one day, you know, and, brother, you should have seen them. One look, and you'd have sworn they were counterfeit.
But they weren't?
Now, you know what they'd done? Carefully washed and starched and ironed the money to make it look like new, just like some of these... Wait a minute, Lou.
What's the matter, Johnny?
Just hold everything a minute.
Huh?
Just hold up on that receipt for this stuff, will you?
Why? What's the matter with it?
Where'll I find this Jeremy Withers? You got his address?
Well, sure.
Let me have it.
Well, sure, Johnny. Well, what's the matter?
Just let me have his address. Expense account item 2, a dime for a phone call to police headquarters where I got some very interesting information. And, incidentally, gave none in return. Item 3, another $1.20 for a cab back to my apartment. Item 4, $3.97 to fill up the gas tank in my car. It was getting dark now, but I headed west on 44, then north on 202. A few miles short of Granby, I found the dirt road I was looking for, leading off to the left. Then, finally, the crossroads known as Millbury Corners, consisting of one general store, a grocery, and a filling station, where I stopped only long enough to get some local directions. The Jeremy Withers place turned out to be a tiny, square, unpainted clapboard building that sat forlornly in the middle of a small, seedy-looking, weed-grown lot. But there was a flickering light inside. I could see it even through the tightly drawn shades. No doubt an oil lamp. And when I knocked on the door...
Who is it? Who is it?
My name is Dollar. Johnny Dollar.
Dollar?
That's right, from the insurance company. Open up, Mr. Withers.
Just to leave me open up the peephole I put on this here door so as I can take a look at you first.
Go ahead.
Dollar, eh?
Here, take a look at these, my credentials, if you can see them in the moonlight.
Dollar, eh?
Come on, Withers, open up,
Just leave me get these here now chains undid. This bolt now.
Come on, Withers, you're stalling. All right now?
Just you stay outside there and tell me what the trouble is, young fella.
It's about that insurance premium of yours.
What's the matter with you, boy? I sent it all in yesterday.
I'll say you did.
In hard cash, too. Just like always. Good hard cash.
Good, huh?
Say, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about some of the 20s that were mixed in with that stack of bills. Some of the nice new ones. Like this one, for instance.
What's the matter with it?
Are you kidding? Plenty.
Just a minute, young fellow.
Just tell me one thing, Mr. Withers. Where did you get this money?
The time has come for a friendly warning. Now that the 4th of July is almost here, better keep plenty of 7-Up chilled and ready to serve. This is the sparkling drink that says a nice warm welcome to everyone who comes calling on the 4th. 7-Up has a wonderful gay sparkle and a fresh as all out of doors taste. Just about everybody goes for fresh, clean-tasting 7-Up. Grandmothers, moms and dads, the teenage set, even the tiny tots. It's this same clean, fresh taste that makes 7-Up just great with food, too. 7-Up wakes up your taste buds, makes whatever you're eating taste even better. Believe me, any food's a feast with 7-Up. So if you're in the business of pleasing people, and who isn't, keep plenty of 7-Up on hand for family and friends. Better order a case today. For a fresh, clean taste on the 4th of July, fresh up with 7-Up.
Now, you looky here, boy. What's the matter with that money I sent in?
I said, where did you get it, Mr. Withers? I'm talking about these brand new $20 bills.
Anything wrong with it? The way you're talking, you might think it was counterfeit or something.
Counterfeit? Hardly.
No, of course not.
But it's plenty hot, believe me.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Are you trying to tell me you don't know?
How should I know?
Well, why do you lock yourself in the way you do? Not only a lock on the door, but safety chains and a bolt.
Man's got a right to protect himself, ain't he?
Against what?
Well, maybe against nosy people like you. Now, what's the matter with that money? You going to tell me or ain't you?
Sure, I'll tell you. These new bills are part of the loot from the First National Bank over in Millville.
Loot?
That's right, stolen money. Over $20,000, mostly in new 20s.
No.
I worked on the case. I had to memorize a list of serial numbers, or rather number groups, as long as your arm.
You must have a good memory, boy.
Luckily, the numbers were consecutive, all starting with 66644, so it wasn't too much of a strain.
Well, you mean you didn't solve the case?
I didn't get to first base. But you didn't answer my question. Where did you get these?
Just part of the money I had.
Mr. Withers, where do you get your income? Well?
From a pension, that's what.
Pension?
Anything wrong with that?
Big enough to afford an annual insurance premium of over $2,300?
So for 2-3 years, I've been able to pay it okay.
Doesn't make any sense, Withers, and you know it.
Now, look, son, I worked hard all my life. Made a right steady income. And I saved up a little bit to put aside.
Mr. Withers.
I never did like to waste what I had on fancy living and such like. So after my wife died and our kid went off and got herself married, well, I just kept on putting it aside.
Mm-hmm.
And these here last couple of years, too, I've been buying up some insurance so my daughter, she can benefit when I die. Now, anything wrong with that?
What sort of work did you do?
Flagman for the railroad company, that's what. Flagman on a railroad crossing.
A flagman? And you say that paid enough to save enough to buy the kind of policy you hold?
I told you.
Sure. Some of that money you sent the company was all right. Maybe it did come out of your pension money or whatever you managed to save, but the rest, these brand new $20 bills? Now, you better tell me about it, Mr. Withers, or would you rather tell it to a judge?
Well, all right, Mr. Mr. Dollar, did you say it is?
That's right, Johnny Dollar.
Well, maybe I had better tell you where some of the money come from.
I think you better.
Well, you see, I had a son, too. A stepson. His name was Bernard.
Wait a minute. Barney Withers?
You knowed him?
Barney the Bum. That punk and small-time bank robber who was finally killed trying to crack Security First over in Danbury.
Yes, sir.
That was right after the job in Millville and 2 or 3 others before that.
Yes, sir.
Keep talking, Mr. Withers.
Well, now, maybe it's a pretty bad thing for me to say, him being my wife's kid and all, but, mister, that Bernard was no good.
That's an understatement.
Whatever happened to him, I mean his being killed, that's all he deserved. No good bank robber.
Go on.
Well, it was my knowing about him. That's what kept me from ever putting what I had in any bank. Instead, I sort of kept it right close, where I could watch over it.
Where?
Yeah, sure, I'll tell you. Right under the floor, over there in the corner.
You better show it to me, Mr. Withers. I'd like a look at the rest of your money.
Well, it's all gone now.
Gone?
I mean, all used up. The money of my own, I mean. That's why I had to start using up some of that Bernard hid away.
What's the matter with you, anyway? First, you tell me Barney was no good because of the jobs he pulled. You say that he deserved to die for what he did.
Yes, sir.
But you don't hesitate to keep and use the money that he stole.
Well, no, I didn't steal it, did I?
Well, do you think that makes you any less guilty for keeping it and spending it?
Well, sure.
Instead of returning it to the banks that it was stolen from? And why didn't you turn Barney in when you found out what he was doing? You say you had no use for him.
Well, I've been looking out for myself, is all. Man's got to look out for himself, don't he?
Well, from now on, the state's going to be looking out for you.
You mean you're going to get me arrested and put in jail?
You don't think I'm going to let you get off scot-free?
Well, it ain't as though Bernard done them jobs alone by himself, is it?
What difference does that make?
Well, it was that partner of his killed the bank guard over in Millville. Never caught him, though.
That has nothing whatever to do with this money that... Wait a minute. You know who that partner was?
Oh, I know. Why else you suppose I keep myself locked in here this way, and why I took out some life insurance?
Who was he?
Oh, that rotten, crooked Jerry McNear, that's who.
And you didn't tell the authorities?
Why should I? If I had, they might have tried to make me tell them where Bernard hid the money at. The same as that McNear's been trying. Only I kept telling him I don't know.
Mr. Withers...
Don't you see? As 'tis, the police and all think McNear got all the money. And I'll tell you this, Mr. Dollar.
Yes, tell me.
Only thing that's kept that McNear from killing me off for not telling him is that then he'd never find out where Bernard hid out that money.
Well, you better tell me, Mr. Withers, and fast.
Yeah. Well, now, if I tell you where it's at, so's you can take it back, you think maybe the police, they'd go a little easier on me?
Well, isn't that pretty up? Wait a minute, what's that?
A little shutter out there on the kitchen window. Must be. Now, listen. If you're sure it'll make it any easier on me...
If all or most of that money can be returned on the basis of your information, well, of course it will.
All right, then. You know the old Hacker farm about 2 miles up the road?
No, but go on.
Well, that's where the big poplar trees and the broken-down windmill is.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of broken windows in the house. Place is empty.
Go on.
That's counted nobody been living in it maybe for, 10, 15 years now. Except in Bernard when he was hiding.
And the money is somewhere in that house? Well?
Dollar?
Yes?
You sure you'll try and have 'em go easy on to me if I tell you where that money's hid?
The only thing I'm sure of is if you don't tell me, I'll turn you over to the authorities and tell them to show you no mercy at all.
All right, I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
Well, now, at the back of that old house, there's an old well. Only it ain't been used for years, and it's near empty now.
Yes?
You let yourself down by the rope on the windlass, maybe, 7, 8 foot. And there's a sort of big shelf hollowed out.
And that's where it is?
The money's right there on that shelf.
Hey.
Okay, Pop, thanks.
Jerry!
Expecting somebody else, Pop?
That's a corny line, McNear.
Keep out of this. Ready, Pop?
No, Jerry. No, listen, Jerry. Put it down. Put that thing down.
And now you.
Take it easy,
sir.
McNair.
Don't move.
Listen to me.
No, keep away from that lamp. Yeah.
Hot, tired, thirsty.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. You've made iced tea, and oh, what a beautiful flavor. Oh, what a beautiful flavor in new instant tender leaf tea.
Just take a spoonful of instant tender leaf.
1,
Add cold tap water.
2,
Load it with ice.
3.
You've made iced tea. New instant tender leaf is 100% pure tea. Richer, brighter, livelier tea. It's made right from the juices of ripe young tea leaves. Instant tender leaf brand. Make a pitcher full.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. You've made iced tea, and oh, what a beautiful flavor in new instant tender leaf tea.
In the brief second it took him to shoot down the old man, I suddenly realized that I'd come along without my gun. In spite of smashing the old-fashioned oil lamp, the only light in the place, his first shot put a nice new part in my hair. As I rolled under the table, the other 2 shots missed me, although he must have been able to see me in the light from the fire I'd started. He stood there looking down at me at the blood running from the crease in my hair. But then, instead of shooting again, he turned away from the now roaring fire, went out the door, and took off in a car. I got thoroughly singed, dragging myself and the body of Mr. Withers outside. Then jumped into my car and headed up the dirt road, hoping I could find the Hacker farm some 2 miles away. The one with the tall poplars, the broken windmill, the windowless house. Yes, and the loot from the bank robberies. Ahead of me were the tail lights of McNear's car. The moon was full. I could see pretty well, so I cut off my own lights. After only a mile or so, he turned off to a farm that had a broken windmill, all right, but there were lights in the windows of the house. Good. He was going to the wrong place. Or else the old man had told me wrong. With my headlights on again, I finally found it. The old Hacker farm. The remains of a mailbox still bore the name on it. After a quick look to make sure I wasn't being followed, I drove in the yard and parked the car behind a clump of bushes. Then walked around the old well. With only the moonlight to go by, I lowered the bucket, snagged the rope over the handle of the windlass, and slowly went down, hand over hand, into the well, feeling with my feet around the circular brick wall for the shelf that Withers had described. It was a big square hole in the side of that wall, big enough for me to crouch in and to find, with the help of a match, the 2 battered, moldy old suitcases loaded with money, mostly 10s and 20s, literally hundreds of them. No wonder McNear had been willing to kill once he'd found out where it was hidden. But as I knelt there, wondering about the best way to load the stuff in the bucket that was now swinging down near the water at the bottom of the well.
Pretty stupid, Dollar.
What?
Got yourself into a trap, didn't you?
Did I, McNear?
You think I didn't know it was you coming down the road after me before you turned off your lights?
So you knew.
That's why I turned off at that other place, to make you think I was stopping there, so you fell for it, huh? Fell for that old gag.
Pretty smart, aren't you, McNear?
That's right. That's why I stay alive. But you're not smart, Dollar. And that's why you're going to end up in the bottom of this well feeling real dead. Kind of, I'm the guy that's got the gun. So as soon as I get a match going...
What makes you think I haven't got a gun?
And didn't try to use it while I was knocking over the old man? And you think I didn't know you were still alive back
As he
there
talked,
at his place?
I crouched there, out of his sight, and pulled off my jacket. I draped it over one of the suitcases, set my hat on one corner of it, then shoved it out just far enough for him to see it if he struck another match, in the hope he'd think it was me. Then I waited.
Yeah, I got plenty of light now. And you think I can't see your head and shoulders sticking out of that hole? You make a real nice target, Dollar, even with only a match to see you.
All right, then I'll climb on back up the rope.
Oh, no, you won't.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to shoot you right there in the well.
Now, wait a minute. Listen to me.
It's no use,
I found the money. I'll make a deal with you. I'll split 50-50.
You make a deal? Ha. You're trying to stall, that's all.
McNear.
Shut up. I got to be sure of my aim before this match goes out.
Listen to me, will you?
So long, Dollar. Just as easy as that. Now, all I got to do is get down there and pick up all that nice new money. Oh! You got to be careful. Got nothing to hurry about. Not now. Well, come on. You better find that shelf.
Right here. Dollar! I heard you driving the water.
You heard that suitcase with my coat on it.
Let go. Let go of me.
No, you let go of that rope.
This time I'll kill you.
Try this, McNear.
I'll kill you.
With only one hand? Try this. All he could do when he'd recovered from the shock of his fall was stand there in the water at the bottom of the well, knee-deep in the money from the suitcase I'd thrown down there, cursing me as I climbed out and pulled the bucket out of his reach. He was still there when I brought back a couple of the state police. Expense account total? Why bother with it when I'll collect such a nice commission on the loot I recovered? Not bad, you know. I mean, for one night's work. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Who did it? How did they do it? What in the world did they do? Who put the men in menthol smoking?
Alpine. That's who. Now, the menthol cigarette has tobacco flavor a man can get hold of. Alpine always tastes rich, never smokes rough. Alpine filter cigarettes.
Nice.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the most valuable violins in the world that inspires a man to murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., musical supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Parker Fennelly as Mr. Withers, Leon Janney as McNear, and Alan Manson as Lou Little. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. This is the CBS Radio Network.